The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, I'm Rex Litter with the news at 6. In this edition, government petitioned over Croton equity. NAMA urges MPs to make decisions according to Constitution. And Amazing Round returns to Port Moresby. Deputy Leader of Opposition and member for Hiri Koyari Kit Iduhu continues to take a tough stance against the movement of the 4.27% Croton equity to a special purpose vehicle. Today he presented a petition to the government calling for a retainment of the shares belonging to the landowners of the PNG LNG plant site within the existing 4.27% Croton equity structure. Senior elders from the plant site, including Semoy Ave, were present when the petition was read in Parliament.
In his petition, Hiri Koyari MP and Deputy Leader of Opposition Kit Iduhu raised critical concerns regarding the management and distribution of the landowner's shares in the 4.27% Croton equity associated with the PNG LNG project. Iduhu argued that these shares should remain under Kumul Holdings Limited rather than being transferred to a newly established Special Purpose Vehicle Authority. He further emphasized the importance of ensuring that the benefits of the PNG LNG project continue to directly support the local communities and landowners involved rather than being redirected through a new government entity.
A combined 13.5% economic interest, the plant site landowners 11% and CPG 2.5%, governed by a board of which Hela, the Southern Highlands and upstream PDL areas hold the controlling majority, would leave the downstream beneficiaries permanently outvoted on every decision affecting their own equity. The beneficiaries therefore seek, as their principal request, the governance ring fencing of their share within KPHL.
By keeping the equity with Kumul Petroleum Holdings, Iduhu believes that the landowners are more likely to see tangible benefits that can help improve their livelihoods and support local development initiatives.
The alternative, the beneficiaries seek a separate and dedicated SPV to hold and manage their share directly.
Iduhu also highlighted the concerns of the landowners regarding the management and ownership of their equity interest in the project and ensure that benefits of the PNG LNG project remain directly linked to the local communities and landowners.
We respectfully urge the Parliament and the NEC to allow the plant site and Central Province shares of the 4.27 Croton equity to remain held by KPHL for the time being, but to be governed and ring-fenced within KPHL through a mechanism in which the plant site landowners of Papa, Rarea, Boira and Purbara and the Central Provincial Government are represented and control the decisions affecting their share, including what their dividends are used to deliver.
Prime Minister James Marape, when responding, accepted Iduhu's petition and made a commitment to respond soon.
I acknowledge the petition by the voice of Hiri Koyari. I will certainly look into the petition and find a solution that is good for all our people, so all rights are preserved on the table. We also acknowledge Sir Michael.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Minister for Health Elias Kapavore was bombarded with questions from the members of Central Province and NCD in Parliament today in relation to funding allocations to the provincial health authorities.
Minister for Health Elias Kapavore faced intense scrutiny today in Parliament from members of Parliament representing Central Province and the National Capital District regarding funding allocations to the Central Provincial Health Authority and health services in NCD. MPs expressed concerns over inadequate resources and financial support, which they argue are critical to address the health needs of their people. They questioned Kapavore on the government's plans to ensure timely disbursement of funds and whether there would be an increase in allocations to improve healthcare infrastructure, services, and personnel in the provinces.
Plan belong level 5 belong NCD, na level 5 belong Central Province, na level 5 I think also from Gulf Province. Because problem of Pomgen, apart from Olgada and Kadim, this hospital served the, two provinces plus our capital city. So it's already overwhelmed.
It's very easy to stand here and say money is going, but it is on paper, but it's not getting down to where it's not translating into cash in the accounts, operational accounts of these PHAs. And Central PHA is one of those.
The MPs emphasized that well-functioning healthcare systems are essential for the well-being of their local population and called for more transparency and accountability regarding how health funds are managed and distributed.
That, according to the records, only 17% of that money was released. That money was earmarked, as he says, for the establishment of the preparatory work for the Central Province Hospital. The governor has also asked the question about the appropriation of 25 million kina for 2026. He's again avoiding the answer. Question is, when is that money going to be released? Because it has still not been released to this date.
There was 50 million allocated, but that fund never went there. And so the question is, if the minister through the budget process, has he secured funds for the Central Province? Because the first 50 million was allocated, but none of that went for the preparatory phase, etc., etc.
Minister Kapavore responded to the inquiries by outlining the government's commitment to improving health services and assured the MPs that efforts are underway to address funding issues and ensure equitable distribution of resources.
That's lousy. Any citizen below by proceed long and yet. So my first something so it was a decision made by the NEC and we are still progressing that particular hospital, despite the fact that there was a letter from the governor to stop the progress on Central Provincial Hospital. So this was one of the delays that has actually happened and contributed towards the delay of Central Provincial Hospital.
He also encouraged collaboration between the government and local health authorities to better meet the needs of communities in the province and the country as a whole.
So we know actually this funding only allocated now, funding only using to date now. Which ones only using good, which ones only not using good. We have a team in the department that's actually tracking that. So 15 million Kenya, yes, I'm aware that was actually allocated to PHS to support them. But then there's ongoing concurrent support to the PHS through normal government funding. This year again, there's 25 million Kenya allocated to Central PHA. Low support starting work long Central PHA, Central Provincial Hospital, including Kimbe Hospital, the team like was starting this year, Mende Hospital, there's 25 million can allocate this year, starting will work long. First stage, local the hospitals.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Member for Vanimo Green, Bedenama, has urged all members of Parliament to make their decisions on the Bougainville referendum based on their hearts and not emotions. Speaking during the debate on the bipartisan committee report on Bougainville matters in Parliament on Tuesday, Nama said Bougainville issues must not be addressed by force but by constitution.
In yesterday's session of Parliament, Minister for Arts, Culture and Tourism and member for Vanimo Green, Beldenama, called on his fellow members of Parliament to approach the Bougainville referendum with a sense of conviction rather than being swayed by emotions. His remarks came during the debate on the bipartisan committee report concerning matters related to Bougainville. Nama emphasized the importance of making decisions that reflect genuine beliefs and values, urging MPs to align their choices with what they feel is right in their hearts.
We are constantly reminded that 97.7% voted in favor of independence during the referendum. But this Parliament must carefully examine whether that result truly represents a fully informed, free and fair, balanced reflection of the wishes of our people. Mr. Speaker, referendum occurred after decades of conflict, political messaging and emotional trauma. Many Bougainvilleans understandably carry historical grievances. However, we must ask ourselves questions. Were all viewpoints equally represented? Were those supporting continued autonomy within PNG given equal voice? Did fear, historical resentment, and political pressure influence the outcome?
He further articulated that the complex issues surrounding Bougainville should be addressed through constitutional means rather than force, highlighting the need for respect for democratic processes and the rule of law. Minister Nama expressed that the future of Bougainville is a matter that affects not just the region but the entire nation, and it is crucial to endure such discussions with care, respect, and a focus on long-term stability.
Recent pronouncement and military-style symbolism by the leadership of Bougainville. I will say it. No one will say it. I will tell them. Because I have operated in Bougainville. The recent developments, recent public announcements and appearances by the President, Ismail Toroama, including references to himself in terms of associated with Commander-in-Chief authority and appears in military-style attire, raise very serious security concerns. What Bougainville Defense Force is this President of Bougainville talking about? Papua New Guinea has only one lawful defense force under the Constitution and one commander of the defense force that reports to the National Executive Council.
In response, Vice President of the Autonomous Bougainville Government, Ezekiel Massat, in a statement, described the debate on the floor of Parliament yesterday as foolish and premature. He also condemned Nama's below-the-belt name-calling of him and President Ismail Toroama in his speech as uncalled for, as they were both not in Parliament. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
The Rabaul Volcanic Observatory has advised people not to sensationalize the Titan Ridge volcano, including sharing of images from other locations and AI-generated content. RVO confirms that there have been no further earthquakes recorded since the 30th of May 2026. It also clarified that floating rafts of palms are spreading due to ocean currents and wind, now to east and southeast of source. RVO confirmed that this activity is unlikely to impact communities directly because of its location. However, there is still a possibility of tsunami being generated. With 43 post-PNG offices nationwide, including airline ticket sales in 35 branches and 7 in Port Moresby, customers will now have easier access to purchase tickets under the relaunch partnership between PNG Air and Post PNG. The collaboration unveiled this morning in Port Moresby is being described as nation-building, strengthening connectivity and service delivery across Papua New Guinea.
At the relaunch of the partnership between PNG Air and Post PNG, PNG Air's CEO Brian Fraser emphasized the airline's role as the People's Choice airline. He said the partnership expands customer access nationwide, beginning with ticketing services now available at Post PNG outlets in the capital. Fraser confirmed the rollouts will continue across the Highlands, Islands, and Southern Highlands region, bridging gaps for communities outside major centres.
This partnership helps bridge that gap by creating additional points of access through a network that communities already know, trust and feel comfortable with.
Post-PNG CEO Justin Warinu highlighted the company's diversification into logistics, property and customer services while reaffirming its reach through the post offices nationwide.
Partnership with Post-PNG, and we want to serve the people. And that is our target as a state-owned entity. We are looking forward to have this partnership with PNG, starting off in the capital with our 7 post offices. We are looking forward. We have prepared. We have learned the challenges that we have experienced in the past, and we are prepared for a better relationship going forward.
He said the partnership with PNG Air will extend services to rural communities with expansion from 7 outlets in Port Moresby to 25 more locations nationwide. Both executives acknowledged the challenges of traditional business models, but stressed that the partnership represents resilience, growth, and convenience for citizens and businesses. The relaunch of services between PNG Air and Post-PNG is expected to deliver greater connectivity, more frequent port services, and improved access for communities across Papua New Guinea. Jasmine Rajak, TVWAN News.
You're watching TVWAN News. We'll take a short break and return with more stories after these messages. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic Kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time cook him chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldspot brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Goldspot.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Welcome back. Minister for National Planning, Sir Anopala, was elated at the prospect of increased investment between PNG and Europe, just like PNG has with China and Australia. Pala expressed this during the 5th European Union PNG Business Forum yesterday. Despite the country's grey listing status, the forum attracted many European investors to the country, including representatives from European tech and aerospace giants Nokia and Airbus.
Union Papua New Guinea Business Forum has brought together around 400 participants, including more than 40 representatives from European companies here in Port Moresby. Minister for National Planning, Sir Anopala, was happy with the participation and anticipates the investment partnership with Europe to be like the ones PNG have with China and Australia.
Your technology, your knowledge, know-how in that field will be able to help us open up that potential. So yes, we are excited that this forum is here and is beginning to be seen as a foundation for us to go to the next level.
European investors from around the world are in attendance despite the country's economic situation.
What the European Union buys from PNG are mainly agricultural and food products. We buy your tuna, we buy your palm oil, coffee, cocoa, and vanilla. And here I would also like to recall the EU Straight project, which over the last 6 years and with an outstanding budget supported cocoa and vanilla production and value chains in the East and West Pacific, improved quantity and quality, and opened the markets of foreign markets for the producers.
Representatives from European tech and aerospace giants Nokia and Airbus were part of the digital transformation and connectivity session. Representatives of these giants examined how PNG can link connectivity infrastructures across digital networks and transport systems with real economic demand, and how partnerships under the EU Global Gateway can help de-risk projects and mobilize private sector investment to support sustainable and inclusive growth. The discussions also explored how improved connectivity can strengthen access between communities and markets, support national economic integration, and contribute to skills development, employment generation, and broader economic opportunities across the transport and digital ecosystem. Jasmine Rajak, TVWAN News.
The surviving twin of the conjoined twin from Morobe, baby Sawong, is expected to arrive in the country after life-saving treatment in Australia. In a statement, Australia High Commissioner Ewan MacDonald welcomed Sawong and his parents back, praising their resilience throughout the journey. The High Commissioner also paid tribute to Sawong's twin brother, Tom, who sadly passed away. Sawong received specialized care at the Sydney Children's Hospital Network, supported through cooperation between Australia and Papua New Guinea. MacDonald thanked healthcare workers, donors, and community members who helped make the treatment possible. Australia says it remains committed to working with Papua New Guinea to improve health outcomes for children. The small community of St. Jacinta Marian Day High School in Madang Province was thrilled to receive a brand new 44 kVA generator from local business owner Gary Leeds. The community had been having electricity challenges since it started taking in students in 2021. This new genset will power up administration services and teacher activities, providing security lighting to school property, including teachers' houses.
St. Jacinta Marian Day High School in Madang Province was presented a new generator. Its electricity issues began since its establishment in 2021. This has had significant impact on the school's administrative functions, as well as teacher-student welfare in terms of learning. Archbishop of Medang Catholic Archdiocese and School Board Chairman Anton Bal said while they managed to get support to build classrooms and teachers' houses, their request to PNG Power to bring in power supply went unanswered for a long time. Archbishop Bal emphasized that maintaining the school has not been easy, but the support of parents, the local community, and kind individuals has kept the school going. Archbishop Bal thanked local business owner Gary Leeds for the new generator.
Any school has power will determine the quality of learning. Such support comes once in a while, only from generous people. It's a privilege to have some facilities. So we try to take care of it.
The St. Jacinta's situation came to Leeds' attention through a friend. Leeds visited the school and felt a strong conviction to assist. He urged students to own the resource and utilize it well.
I heard about the concerns with what was going on and I wondered how I could help. We have to maintain doing the right thing and supporting the community. So this is my support to the community, to your school, and I hope you all can look after it and maintain it. Enjoy what it does, provides power, and I'm really grateful to be able to support you guys as well.
Catholic Education Secretary for the Medang Archdiocese, Samson Pies, said the school and its staff will need to handle the cost of maintaining the new genset.
Joseph Stahl, Annabeg, Kwanga, who are out in the bush, be thankful, be grateful in your hearts at your advantage, and be thankful for people who have big hearts. We are not going to live on students' money. Teachers, there's a user pay policy, and you will have to pay if you have to have power in your houses.
St. Jacinta Marande High School has 17 teachers and educates 615 students from grades 7 to 10. The principal said St. Jacinta Marande is the only high school in Medang that takes in grade 7s. It has 8 feeder schools in Baiteta, Rempi, Malmal, Alopa, and surrounding areas. Since its establishment in 2021, the school operated from parents and agency support until 2025 when they started receiving the government's tuition fee-free subsidy. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
K92 Mining Limited, the operator of the Kainantu Gold Mine in Eastern Highlands Province, announced the publication of its 2025 Sustainability Report. It provides details on the company's sustainability management and performance. In the report, the company paid 573.6 million kina in taxes and royalties, an increase of over 135% from the 2024 result. 136.6 million kina was also invested in local joint venture. CEO John Lewin said K92 celebrated many achievements in 2025, including its 10th anniversary and the commissioning of a new 1.2 million tons per annum Stage 3 expansion processing plant. Pacific media professionals are being encouraged to adapt to a rapidly changing media landscape as Pacific communities become increasingly connected across the globe. The call was made during a panel discussion at the 2026 Pacific Media Partnership Conference, currently underway at APEC House in Port Moresby.
Pacific stories are no longer confined to the islands they originate from. As Pacific communities continue to grow and spread around the world, media organizations are being challenged to tell stories that remain relevant, meaningful, and accessible to diverse audiences. Speaking during the panel discussion on Pacific stories being told beyond the region, ABC International Digital editor Lachlan Guzeli said understanding audiences is now more important than ever. National Broadcasting Corporation's political journalist Dennis Kalau highlighted the unique role Pacific journalists play in connecting communities across borders. She said journalists are responsible for helping audiences understand how decisions made at local and national levels affect people throughout the region.
I see a lot of women reporters telling their story to the rest of the world. It pushes me to go beyond. I would also want to tell the story of Papua New Guinea to the rest of the world, and that is something that I know all of our female journalists would want to tell the story in a more accurate way, and to tell the story of our culture.
Panelists agreed that many countries across the Pacific continue to face similar economic and social challenges, resulting in common stories being reported throughout the region. Meanwhile, Pacific Corporation Broadcasting Limited Regional News Development Lead Stefan Ambrasta challenged journalists to broaden their coverage and report on issues affecting neighboring countries, including the ongoing situation in West Papua. The 2026 Pacific Media Partnership Conference ended today as broadcasters, journalists, and media leaders from across the Pacific and Asia-Pacific region concluded discussion on the future of media and storytelling. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
In finance news, the kina closed unchanged at $0.2290 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2215, $0.3048 Australian dollars, €0.1824 and 35.17 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, cocoa, crude oil and copper closed higher, gold and coffee closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. Among the stories after the break, Yoji plans to introduce midwifery courses. That story and more when we come back.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Use our tools and condom and one way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Tingim, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na lookout him yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you, or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haburusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Papa will come close to Laos. Kaya ino ready yet. Mak blem belatya. Mam stu glorasta. Suppose no ready. Ayo. Dia mamas lepasin bepaps. I'm sure him way beli meal kita.
From our homes, where every morning starts with a taste we all love. A taste that holds memories and shared stories. A taste that can bring friends together. Made with care and loved in every corner of PNG. Inspired by our champions and rooted by our family values. Snacks, so crunchy and tasty, it's irresistible.
Thanks for staying with us. The University of Goroka will soon introduce a direct entry midwifery training program to help address the country's shortage of midwives. The announcement was made by Dr. Matthew Landu during recent midwifery celebrations in Goroka.
The University of Goroka has pledged to support and strengthen midwifery education and workforce development in the country. Speaking on behalf of the university, Dr. Matthew Landu said the initiative aims to increase the number of qualified midwives and help address the growing demand for skilled maternal health care workers across the country. He said introducing direct entry in Papua New Guinea would help address the shortage of midwives while maintaining the number of general nursing officers providing essential healthcare services in health facilities. Clara Gove, the midwifery coordinator at the University of Goroka, acknowledged the support and stated that when students are trained as midwives, they will also practice midwifery care in obstetrics and gynecology unit. She also raised concerns that the high number of grade 12 dropouts can be given the opportunities to take up midwifery as a career of choice. Gove said the government will take ownership of the program as they will also be under the Hearst scholarship and the sustainability of the program is guaranteed. Gove further stated that between 75 and 100% of scholarships for the 5 midwifery programs at universities are currently funded through the Australian Awards PNG Scholarship. There is no support from the government or business arms, but from individuals. Susan Oriape, TVWAN News.
The Department of Finance and Audit team completed an official visit to Chimbu Province to observe and assess the provincial government's financial operations and development programs. The visiting team conducted a review of how the Chimbu provincial government and its administration, alongside the Finance Division, implement the annual work programs.
The Department of Finance and Audit team from Port Moresby has completed an official visit to Chimbu Province to assess financial systems and development programs for the provincial government and its administration. It concluded the Finance Division. The team observed how they implement their annual work programs. These programs cover service delivery, infrastructure development, and projects funded by the national government, provincial government, and local members of parliament across the 6 districts. A Day 1 conference was held at the Mount William Hotel. 11 divisions under provincial administration presented their annual plans. In attendance were Provincial Finance Manager Peter Bao and Principal Advisor for Audit Paul Kaungua, Provincial Administrator John Punde responded to questions and clarified key issues raised during the sessions. Deputy Secretary Dominic Ira said strong reporting standards could serve as a model for other provinces.
Public funds are used efficiently and the system are transparent. That will result or contribute visible results on the ground. So this committee, the audit committee, is help us to meet that expectation by identifying weaknesses earlier, recommending practical solutions, and hold up accountable for people.
The Finance and Audit team commended the province for its transparency and accountability, especially for effective management of the Finance Office and ensuring consistent submission of quarterly budget reports. Susan Oreape, TV1 News.
Transparency International Papua New Guinea has reaffirmed its commitment to fighting corruption, delivering a clean financial report at its 2025 annual general meeting in Port Moresby. Chairperson Peter IT says the organization pushed deeper into policy work and strengthened grassroots accountability over the past year. Key achievements include hosting PNG's first anti-money laundering conference, advancing the right to information policy, and expanding community and youth anti-corruption programs. Members also re-elected the board leadership for 2027 as the IPNG continues to call on citizens to support transparency and integrity nationwide. Consumer group Choice is calling for an urgent investigation into whether online marketplaces are selling unsafe products.
Hi Roz, Choice regularly does sweeps of online marketplaces and it's found some disturbing findings that there are products there for sale on platforms like Amazon and Temu and eBay that they consider may have breached product safety requirements, things like novelty cigarette lighters that are shaped like troll dolls or bowling pins, other items like a tongue stud that can stick on and might be a swallowing hazard, and lanterns that light up and face potentially a bushfire risk. And there are obligations in regards to product bans, and they believe that the platforms may have breached those obligations. And so it's calling on the ACCC to investigate further.
And Choice has made a super complaint to the consumer watchdog. What's it calling for?
These super complaints are relatively new, and Choice is one of 3 groups that can make them. What it's calling for is an investigation into these particular products, but also this online safety area where large marketplaces like Amazon and others can use third-party suppliers, and they wonder whether there's a gap or a loophole in the law that needs to be strengthened and whether there needs to be tougher provisions in the law. Let's hear from Andy Kelly from Choice.
We also want the ACCC to investigate and dig into the limits of the law and articulate what's actually required to deal with this problem. As a part of that, we're calling on the government to urgently introduce a general safety provision. We don't need to wait for the ACCC to decide whether it will investigate this complaint further. We know the answer. It's to strengthen our product safety laws, but also to put obligations on online marketplaces to stop them selling these products in the first place.
So some of the companies involved, Amazon, Temu and eBay, all told me that they took down the products after they were notified about the listings by Choice, and they all said that they take their safety obligations seriously and had measures in place to make sure it wouldn't happen again.
Thanks, Mike.
Wild weather has been sweeping across the country this week, with coastal communities facing the brunt of flooding, high tides and coastal erosion. One local council on South Australia's limestone coast has found an innovative way to combat the damage.
While severe weather warnings have been cancelled across much of South Australia today, wet and windy conditions are expected to continue for the next 24 to 48 hours as locals assess the damage from the low that's passed across the country over the past week. Here in Kingston, many spent yesterday sandbagging their homes in preparation for potential flooding as the high tide meant that water levels in the Maria Creek rose quite high. Last year, winter storms meant that the community of Rosetown, just north of here, were unable to leave their homes for approximately 3 weeks, unable to access essential appointments and get into town for supplies. Many locals were worried that the worst would happen again, but luckily it hasn't, with many breathing a bit of a sigh of relief this morning, happy with the creek dropping about 2 metres overnight. These wet and windy conditions have continued right across the South Australian coastline. About an hour and a half south of here in Southend, the Water Range Council has used a temporary measure of hay bales in the beach to prevent further erosion near the Southend Tourist Park. The park was badly impacted by erosion in storms last year as well, with a permanent solution ready to go, just waiting on federal and state funding. The hay bales have been successful, with Water Range Council CEO Ben Gower hopeful it can stave off the about a metre of beach erasure that happens each year along that section of coastline. With conditions clearing today, there's hope that the worst is past, but this is only the start of the winter storm season down here in South Australia.
We'll take a short break now. When we return, we'll bring you all the latest in sports.
Meet UmiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, UmiPay makes every payment simple. UmiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
Mom's late. Why hasn't she called? Dad doesn't like it when she's late. He's not going to be happy. Hope nothing bad happens. I'm proud of what I just saw. He's showing a change for the better.
Watch NRL anywhere on the go on your smartphone with the Digicel TV app. Visit any Digicel flagship store nationwide and choose from a range of affordable smartphones that are perfect for streaming NRL live. We have the Samsung Galaxy A series all ready to run the Digicel TV app smoothly. Download the free Digicel TV app now. Activate the sports package and enjoy live NRL matches, highlights, and more.
In sports, the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup Amazing Round returns to the National Football Stadium in Port Moresby this weekend, bringing all 6 round 9 fixtures for one action-packed weekend of rugby league. Following the success of the inaugural Amazing Round in 2025, the concept returns bigger and better in 2026 across 2 days of competition.
Finally get a kick-off there from the halfback, and it's
the Amazing Round fixtures will kick off on Saturday, June 6, giving rugby league fans the opportunity to watch every team in the competition in action over a single weekend at the National Football Stadium in Port Moresby. The schedule features 7 matches across 2 days, including the clash of ladder leaders, the PRK Mandy Muruks against New Kids on the Block and second place Kanders, and third place NCDC Port Moresby Vipers take on fourth place East New Britain Agmaguris for the annual Maroon Cup Challenge. Games on Saturday will feature 3 back-to-back matchups between PRK Gulf Isou and Gas Resources Central Dabaris. The second match is between Lay Snacks Tigers and Enga Miox, and the last matchup will be between the Kanders against Mandy Muruks. Sunday matches begin with the National Youth Competitions Under-19 Grand Final between the Central Dabaris and Port Moresby Vipers before transitioning to the final senior fixtures. In the first match, the Wampna Mount Hagen Eagles take on neighboring Asila Wagetumbe, followed with the clash between Bintago Gorokalahanis against Croton Hella Wigman. The final match is between the Moni Plus NCDC Vipers and East New Britain Agmaguris. PNG National Rugby League Competition Chairman Adrian Charles said the Amazing Round continues to showcase the strength and unity of rugby league in Papua New Guinea. He said bringing the teams together at one venue creates a unique experience for players, fans, sponsors and stakeholders, while showcasing the very best of the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup competition. With all 6 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup matches taking place at one venue, Amazing Round 2026 is shaping up to be one of the biggest events on the rugby league calendar. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
PNG Chiefs have come out clear saying that the new NRL franchise will not recruit Kumulsuka Edwin Pape, as he is contracted to English Super League club Lee Leopards. Michael Chalmers put this speculation to rest in an interview with NRL.com recently. PNG Chiefs CEO Lorna McPherson and General Manager Michael Chalmers visited the United Kingdom a few times in May, speaking to Papua New Guineans playing in the English League about possibilities of joining the PNG Chiefs. Chalmers said Edwin Pape signed a 6-year deal with Lee Leopards, and as per NRL rule, there is no NRL get-out for him. He reiterated that the Chiefs will respect the contract agreement. Chalmers added that Lachlan Lamb is contracted for another year with Lee as well, and the Chiefs will play by the rules. Chalmers told NRL.com that PNG players in Tier 1 and Tier 2 competitions in the UK have been told to find a way to play in the Super League or return home and play for the PNG Hunters in order to have a chance at making the PNG Chiefs. Reason being that the competitions they are playing in now are not as competitive as NRL feeder club competitions. Most PNG internationals are on short-term deals and could return to the Hunters next year to boost their chances of Chiefs selection. Just like rugby league, the Australian rules football will also see support as the next generation of young PNG players are nurtured and refined. Australian Consul General Leigh Brenton Kanowski shared that a development pathway will be available for young athletes in Leigh.
For the first time ever, Leigh Australian Football League hosted its Frenzy 2026 to kickstart the proper season. The jersey launch was part of the event where players from 10 of its clubs attended and tried on the new jerseys in anticipation of the start of the competition this weekend. Speaking at the event, which was hosted at the Sportsman Bar, Leigh International Hotel, Australian Consul General Leigh Brenton Kenoski encouraged the athletes to keep an eye out for opportunities in the sport.
Carnivals that are coming up, so you just look on Facebook, the Australian Consulate page or the HICOC page, and you'll see, especially if you've got younger siblings or if you're in the age ranges yourselves, that's a great opportunity to come out, go to those talent competition, and you'll be able to maybe get selected into some of the talent pathways. We've got some great Papua New Guineans playing in the AFL in Australia. There's a pathway in AFL just like in NRL, right? So by playing and getting involved, it's not just about having fun, but there's also those kind of outcomes as well.
Leigh AFL President Alang Isaac expressed delight at the well-designed jerseys that will not only boost the team's morale, but also instill a sense of pride, ownership and sportsmanship.
So happy to see everyone looking smart in their jerseys. This is how associations should come out looking good, smart. This is part of sportsmanship. We want to promote health and fitness, that's important. Also community coming together. You know, Port Power stop on it, Saladog stop on it, or you know, you go on the field and you look at each other like enemies. It's not like that, okay? We are not going to fight. We're not going to do all these bad things. We have to come together as a community and support our community.
Isaac stressed on unity and the need to support each other as it is their community. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
The PNG Under-19 men's national football team departed for Cook Islands yesterday to compete in the OFC Under-19 men's championship qualifying stage. The winner of the qualifying tournament will secure a place in the OFC Under-19 men's championship in Samoa. The PNG Under-19 men's football team, comprising 23 players, led by Captain Nalau Moses, will be lining up against Tonga and Cook Islands in the OFC Championship qualifying tournament. The PNG boys will face Tonga on June 6th before taking on host Cook Islands on June 12th in crucial fixtures. The winner of the qualifying tournament will secure a place in the OFC Under-19 men's championship to be held in Samoa. Head coach Matthew Witu said the team is well prepared and ready to give its best as it aims to qualify for the regional championship. Witu noted that his men have worked hard in preparation for the tournament and they are excited for the challenge ahead. He is expecting the boys to qualify for the next stage and World Cup appearance. PNG Football Association President John Capinato challenged the squad to stay focused, reminding them that success at this level would open the pathway to future international competitions, including possible FIFA Under-20 World Cup campaign. And now the weather forecast. In regional forecast, southern Port Moresby, sunny then fine tonight. Daru, mostly fine. Momase, Lake cloudy with some occasional showers. Wewak and Vanimo, occasional evening heavy showers, rain periods. New Guinea Islands, Kokoporabao, sunny then partly cloudy evening. Buka, fine partly cloudy. And Highlands region, Mount Hagen, few evening showers then cloudy. Mendi, Tari and Wabek, partly cloudy with possible showers then cloudy. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, sea slight with east to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea, sea slight with southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea slight with southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea slight to moderate with southerly to southwesterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. And coastal waters forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kioi Island, to Kerema to Yule Island, to Hood Point to Samari Island, waters of Samari Island to Cape Vogel and Olmimbe Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. and waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. That's all we have for tonight. From the news team, good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by